Hi kids, it's Miss Janie. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Pablo Picasso today. I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to try to share the screens. I've already got it ready to go. Let's see if I can find a picture of him to show you. All right, there he is. All right, this is Pablo Picasso. He was born in 1881 in Malaga, Spain, and his father took a job at an art school in Barcelona, and that's where Picasso went to study. So he studied art at a very young age when he was a child, and he learned very early on how to draw very well. So you can see in this picture, this is the type of work that he would have done when he was studying. So that first photo that you saw of Pablo Picasso, this particular photo I got from biography.com. This comes from the metmuseum.org. This is part of their collection. So he learned how to draw realistically, and you can see that he's a very good artist. Now, in around 1900, 1904, he had a friend that passed away. And that started what they call his blue period. And you can see in this image, this is, I believe, from wikipedia.com. I borrowed this one. This is called the guitar. And you can see most of the colors are blue. It's dominated by lots of blues, lots of dark colors, and even the man holding the guitar looks very sad, and he looks very worn down, like he's tired. So you can see the sadness in that picture, and a lot of the paintings that he did during that time looked a lot like this. Then he met a lady that he fell in love with, and this began his rose period, is what they called it, in 1905 to 1906. And he met some new artist friends like Henry Matisse. And his pictures start to become happier, and you can see the rose-like colors, the flowers. You can see the flowers on the hair of this person here. So he's coming out of his blue period and finding love and friendship again, and realizing that there is hope. This one also comes from Wikipedia. Then he goes into a whole new style. He meets a friend named Georges Braque, and they develop Cubism, which is what Picasso is most well known for, is his Cubist style. And when you think of Pablo Picasso, most people think of paintings like this, with the crazy eyes and the mouths and the heads in different positions, or different parts are all over the other areas of the body. Everything's kind of misshapen and crazy looking. But he developed his own style. And it wasn't that this was the only way he knew how to draw, because obviously you see in his earlier works, he can look at a photo, or he can look at a model and draw very well and recreate exactly what he sees. But he chose to develop a brand new style that no one had used before. So we're going to talk a little bit about his Cubist style here. And one of the paintings that not a lot of people talk about is called the Rooster. And this is what it looks like. And we're going to use that as inspiration. We're going to draw our own crazy roosters today. So I'm going to give you some basics on how to draw a silly cartoon rooster. And then you can add whatever outfits or crazy feathers you want to add to yours. So now, let's go back to the regular screen. Here we are. And I've got my easel set up, ready to go. So I'm going to start with my markers again, so that you can see clearly what it is that I'm drawing. Purple's my favorite, so I'm going to use purple. All right. So for the head of the rooster, it's like an upside down U or a big rainbow, however you want to think about it. Just like that. If you want to draw a U and then turn your paper back up upside down, then you can do that as well. Then the bottom half of our rooster is the same. Make a big U on the bottom. So there's the basic of our body. Now, his rooster has crazy eyes. So big circles, and you can put them anywhere on the head that you want to. So I'm going to put one down here. And don't forget the pupil. The pupil shows what direction the eye is looking. Now I'm going to put another one up here. I'm going to have it up on the top of the head here. Okay, so there's my eyes. Looking a little funny. And I'm going to give them some eyebrows here too. And they can be any shape you want them to be. Now I'm going to add the beak to my rooster. So sideways V, or like you're drawing an arrow. And I'm going to do a shorter one on this side. So it's kind of like a diamond there. And then draw a line down the middle to separate the top from the bottom of your beak. Now some people like to do the big wavy coxcomb on the top of the rooster. You could put a hat on your rooster if you want to, or you could give your rooster hair. So I'm going to go right up here above the eye, and I'm going to add that coxcomb. I'm going to do a wavy line. So I start on this side of the head, right above the eye, and I'm touching the head on this side. So it's just a curvy line from one side to the other. Now for your tail on your rooster, you can do big fancy flamboyant feathers. You could draw big open loops like this for feathers. You could draw lines out and do zigzaggy lines down the side to make feathers like that, or you can mix them up. You could draw patterns if you want to. Now, your wings on your rooster could be holding something. They could be holding, for example, if your rooster is an artist, then maybe your rooster is holding a paintbrush and a palette of paints, like Bob Ross. Or maybe your rooster is a rock and roll star and he's carrying a guitar, or maybe he's playing drums. Maybe your rooster plays baseball and you need a baseball bat or a glove and baseball in his wings. So think about things like that. What do you want your rooster to be doing? So I'm going to give him, so I've got the top and the bottom of the arm here. Then I'm going to draw my paintbrush. So I'm going to come down like this. There's the handle for my paintbrush. And then the top's going to be the brush, so a zigzaggy line. Now I'm going to give him a thumb here, so it looks like he's holding my paintbrush. And then I'm going to draw some fingers on the other side. It's just an M with an extra hump, okay? So there he's holding his paintbrush. And maybe in this arm, and I'm going to have this arm going straight up. I'm going to give his thumb there. And I'm going to put a big half circle for his palette. And I'm going to put some paint swatches. So there, he's ready to create some art. Last thing I need to do is give him some legs. So the feathers come down and cover part of the legs. So I'm going to come straight down, zigzag line, straight back up. Straight line down, zigzag, straight back up. So there's the feathery part just above his legs. Now I need a left and right side of his leg. Do that over here as well, left and right. Now we need to add his claws on the bottom. So curve out and back in. There's one claw. curve out and back in. I'm going to kind of straighten it across the bottom there and come past the leg here and curve back up, touch the back. So that gives him that back claw. And roosters have spurs, so you could add the spur onto the back of his foot, a little curl up like that. Now I'm going to do his claws this way. I'm going to do curve out and back in, curve out and back in. I'm going to take that line all the way back behind the leg and curl it back up. And you notice these claws do not look exactly like these claws. A rooster is a natural formation, so none of it's going to be perfectly straight. You don't have to be exact, and this is for fun. So we're going to curl up and back down, and that's going to make our spur on our rooster. So now I'm mostly done. I'm going to give him a background, so I'm going to give him a place to stand. So that line to divide my sky from my ground. Maybe he's got a picture over here, so I'm going to draw a rectangle behind him here, give him his easel, draw a line here, here, and a little, almost like a capital letter A at the top. So that looks like the easel holding his picture there that he's going to paint. Now all you got to do is color it or paint it, whatever you have available. I got a little box of crayons today with me. I have my bucket of markers that I keep around the house. If you've got watercolors, those work. If you have oil pastels, you can use oil pastels. Those work great. Or chalk. If you do sidewalk chalk, you could also use chalk on the paper, and they blend really nicely. Just be careful of the dust. So now it's up to you to be creative and show off your roosters to your family. Have fun.